Hi, my friends. So, I was gonna joke that we're in a precarious situation because I'm winging it. But you know what? When am I not winging it? I've got an basic overall objective in mind. We're gonna see if I can end up there. If I can traverse my way across the nooks and crannies of my jumbled brain and thoughts and arrive at the mountaintop with some sort of satisfactory, overall accomplished bit of communication. Wish me luck. Send flowers. Send caffeine. This is a little combo. This is this is a bit of promo. I believe more importantly and more authentically, and I'm not kidding you. It's good news. It's like this feeling like, sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's just the way it goes, right? But sometimes things do kind of go as planned, or maybe sometimes things go better than you planned, or things go in a way, things end up in a place that was maybe different from what you planned, but better than you planned. How's that? I think maybe that's what happened, because the purpose of this channel, originally I thought, well, I'm creating this course on music production and music library production, and I started working on it, and then it was suggested, of course, there's things I'm looking up, I'm learning about the whole process, and what do you do? How do you find your people? And of course, you needed to have some kind of audience. I didn't have an audience, so I started the YouTube channel to try to connect with people that I thought would appreciate, hopefully find people that would appreciate what I'm doing and how I do it. As it turns out, that the first big sort of surprise was that's been really fun. It's been very fun and rewarding to find to find people that really like it and appreciate it, and how cool is that? Because you know what? I've been doing this home alone for so long, like, this has been my full career since some kid was born and has possibly graduated college, I mean, all right, that's nuts. It's crazy. So, and, working at home. I mean, once I got my first full-time check, certainly, before that, I had to supplement, with, oh my God, temp jobs. And I had a job as a gopher in a studio, just getting coffee and helping set up. And, the idea was I could make some money while I learned some things about, studios and setting up. And hopefully, I wanted to learn more than that. But the truth is, I didn't really get to spend any time with the control room. And then I got fired for apparently I didn't act enough like I wanted to be an engineer, which was fair because I didn't want to be an engineer. I use engineering and mixing and those kind of skills in what I do, but I don't want to be the engineer only and not be a part of also, for me, creating the actual music too. So it's a combo thing for me. And and the crazy thing, they didn't have enough work for the actual the qualified engineers that they had. They didn't have enough work for everybody, even at that point. But I got fired. But I tell you what, I kept the coffee fresh. And hot, on the hour, every hour. I ordered, the snacks. I brought the bagels in for $8 an hour. And you know why? It was less than that, but when the studio manager's nephew got hired, suddenly the hourly rate went up. That's not scandalous at all. Nepotism. Anyway, so once I started doing this full time in the year 2000, I've been working out of my home studio alone. Alone. My family, my wife's been with me, and now my boys have been here. So I'm thankful for that. And then I go out to Trader Joe's to get groceries, and sometimes I end up talking a little bit too much to the cashier because I don't get out much. And I don't know if I come across as a crazy person. But anyway, the point is to connect with people now, all these years later, and find people that go, oh, this is great. I've been looking for this, and we appreciate what you're doing and all that, or just if I've uploaded a piece of music and to get lovely comments, that's so cool. I've done that for a few years, with the trailer epic stuff on YouTube, and I've seen some nice comments. Of course, the comments are oddly always directed toward the owner of the channel. They'll be like, wow, you're the best. You always upload the best stuff. And And it kind of can feel like, what? What about the guy that actually created the music? I mean, a little shout, a little hug, a pat on the back for the guy that created the music, not just the guy who did a great job of uploading someone else's music. Anyway, I'm not dark and bitter, am I? I am. So I connected with people. It's been so cool. And then I decided, okay, I kind of got sidetracked with just working on the YouTube channel and not as much on the actual course. And I'd kind of gotten stuck, like, okay, feeling this sort of weird pressure, like I gotta make it perfect. I gotta make it just right. How do I encompass, everything that I do in 21 years of history, and how do I encompass all of my experience and encapsulate it in a series of videos and downloads and everything online, and how can I make that just right? And I was starting to feel a little overwhelmed about that. I felt like what I was doing was a good start, but it was like, I'm getting enough to where it feels like, okay, I should be wrapping this up. And then I was getting pretty overwhelmed with the feeling of it. And so I started seeing some other things about what did students of other people's courses love. They loved the interaction with other students, and they loved the continual interaction with the instructors. Does that mean I'm an instructor? Am I an instructor? I'm honored. Can I call myself that? Am I a teacher? It feels weird. Okay, anyway, I had an idea. I thought, how can I have that? How can I make sure I have that in a way that supports? The purpose is to teach and for composers to get results so that their music is ready and marketable and ready for TV. The purpose is to get the results, and the purpose is to keep composers inspired, composers and producers, keep them inspired. And I realized there needs to be a community, and so I decided, rather than having to be a perfect, completely, like, this class is all put together, I've Legoed it together bit by bit, and it's perfect, I can wrap up in a bow and go, ta-da, here's your course, oh yeah, and then put it out and be like, now you have it. You can always have access to it for this many hundreds of dollars, and hey, and I felt like for me, the better option was to offer an interactive experience, a monthly club, production music club, and then the course is kind of like saying, well, it's like a preloaded with lots of content already, everything I have in it. The sort of slideshow-ish thing with me, I'm always there, my face is there, down there, I'm explaining all the different parts that can be explained, via that method, and then jumping into the DAW over the shoulder and then the bonuses and everything. So having all that like preloaded, but it doesn't have to be completely like where I feel like it's 100% all there already and perfect. More like it's preloaded with that. We're going to continue. We're going to be interactive with my students. I love saying that. It's so new. Am I a teacher? I guess I'm a teacher, right? Am I a teacher? I think I'm a teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher. So like already I've got, I don't have a lot. I did like you call it a soft launch with, I sent an email out to, I think I'd gathered 50-ish emails over the course of a few months by having my trailer for my course being advertised on YouTube for like $5 a day or something. For pretty cheap. And then I kind of wanted to have it out there and just see, what's going to happen. It wasn't like it's not really what you're supposed to do. There's more specific methods for trying to gather more and more emails. But I just thought, well, here's what I'm offering. Let me know if you're interested. Here's my hopefully cool trailer, give you an idea what it's about. And then, so, I'd gathered like 54 emails, and out of my, as you can see, I have like 210 or so right now. This is Monday, May 3rd, 2021. You can see they have like 210 subscribers on YouTube. And out of those, there tends to be, a small number that tend to interact more. And some of those have joined me, and that's been really cool. So it's like I have this cool little core group, and I call it the founding members. I did a soft launch, so just a few people. The founding member launch, where I offer I offer a low monthly price in exchange for help me kind of flesh out a starting place, endure my questions and comments, and it's very interactive, of course, and it's been very cool. And it's all within one platform, and you can click between the course, and you can go between the course and the community, and there's always a thing over on the side. I'll show you right here. Like, you click here, this is like the dashboard for the course itself. Always right here, click here for Production Music Club. You click on that, you end up in the Production Music Club, which is the community, and there's these different topics like setup. And then over here, click here from Media Music Mastery, and it goes right back to the actual course, the series of videos for that. So, and I just asked, like, in the community, I said, what do you guys think? Right now, it's just guys. If there's any ladies out there, please join us. We need a little variety in the joint. It's very testosterone-y. No, it's not. That sounds negative. I'm kidding. It's such a great little crew we have right now. I would like to find more of the same. So, like I'd said, somewhere in my marketing, I'm not just trying to sell this and wow somebody somehow. I don't even know if I can do that to where they go, ooh, I'm doing it. It needs to be, I want them to be completely in. I want you to see what we're doing here, see what I'm offering, look at the course, look at the Production Music Club, and go, yeah, this makes sense. What I would love is to find more of these kind of people, like my current crew. They've been so great. And I love that everyone is enthusiastic. They're happy to be there and learning, and they're going through the course, and then they're asking questions, and I get dinged, on my watch and on my phone, set up to make sure I see the, to get the notifications. It's been really cool. So I have all these. I had to introduce yourself. I've got Art, Biagio, Lewis, Oliver, Thomas. People introducing themselves, and the weekly composing challenge. For the first official, I just launched this last week. It's great. The weekly composing challenge, where you learn by doing, and I set up. All right, it's most of the time will probably be based on. Right now, it will probably be based on one of the lessons in the course itself, and say, let's go through it. But the point is, we want you to make progress, and we want to make sure you're doing it. I don't want somebody coming in and then they're just like, it's not that expensive. When I get around to it, I want you to do it. You got to be writing. You write. You learn, you make distinctions, you figure out what works, what doesn't. And when you keep building on that week after week, day after day, you become a badass. All right. So we have the weekly composing challenges. Like this week, I did a big orchestral drama piece. It's in the lesson, but I'm not asking my crew to jump in and do that. I don't want it to be, I don't know if it's intimidating, but that's like, it's going a little bigger off the bat. But what I did, I uploaded the MIDI and the individual audio tracks. And so I'm asking my crew to load that into your DAW and then compare. Here's like the strings. I want you to find the closest string sounds you can to what I did. I tell them with the library, and then I give them the audio track and say, I want you to figure out what would it take you to recreate this, basically. But I'm not asking them to start from scratch and play it. I'm asking them to take the MIDI tracks and find the best matching sound, get in there, start learning their sounds, figure out what it would take for them to recreate this piece. And also, I want them to see, I really don't think there's anything intimidating about the actual writing. I want them to see, look, each individual track, there's nothing particularly, challenging. You don't have to be some kind of, amazing, you don't have to have amazing keyboard chops or do some crazy John Williams kind of intricate writing. It's a combination of simple tracks, right? Combination of simple tracks and simple parts between a few different drum tracks, a few different brass parts, strings, with some long strings, some short strings. I have a low pulsing bass, I have a choir, all of that together, but having created the parts that I did. And I did this, and I wrote the piece live over the course of, I think, a couple of hours, and it's in the, that's in the course. And without even like going back and cleaning it up, like the audio that's in the course, I didn't even like render it to audio and mix it. I basically, recorded like my 2-hour session. I edited out hopefully any awkward weirdness or, confusion or me staring at the camera, forgetting that I was trying to say words out of my pie hole. Broke it down into a couple of videos that are actually not quite 2 hours, so you're welcome. I'm trying to divide them actually all up into smaller chunks overall. Anyway, I took that audio and basically kind of mastered that. That's me getting a ding. Somebody's commenting right now. So a couple of my crew are texting me about the first challenge. Thomas and Biagio are asking me some questions. Of course, I've forgotten completely where I was. But what I want to do, what I'm wanting to do is make sure I introduce challenges. First of all, to get you in, get you writing, and get you in the flow. I want you to get to the place where the place you want to be is where when you get called to do something, you get a call from a publisher, you're fearless about it. You just jump in and you know what you're doing. Fearless, you do it, and it sounds good and it works. That's where you want to be. And so it's funny, when I'm describing that, I'm basically describing, of course, I'm describing myself all these years later, and it's almost weird. Like, is that me? That sounds pretty awesome. That's very ballsy. Do I have balls like that? I mean, I guess. But that's good. That's where you want to be, so much that, even if it's something you haven't done, I want to get the students to where I want to get you to the point of, if it can be done on a computer, if it can be done with available sounds on a computer or recorded on a computer, you and your gear, I want you to feel like I feel, which is bring it on, bring it on. What, is that all you got? Like that kind of thing. So we got the introduce yourself so we can kind of understand where everybody's coming from, the weekly composing challenge. When you pull a particular lesson from the course itself, we have a place to post that so me and other students can talk about it. We've had some questions about drums and stuff here in the Tech Talk. Request a lesson thread. That's where, if you feel like there's something you don't understand or something you would like me to cover, or maybe if you are doing some work and you get called to do something, if it's something I can help with. If there's any way, what I want to do is make sure, if I can add something, if I can make the course even better because I've added something, because you said, oh, can you do this? Or how about this style? There's a show I want to get on and they do this style. Do you have any suggestions? And if I go, oh, that would be good. If there's something I can add a lesson, then I want to do that. If I could say, here's what I would do. Here's me in the DAW over the shoulder, and here's what I would do. Here's the sounds I would use. Then we can add that to the course. And wouldn't it be cool if over the course of, I shouldn't use the word course in too many different meanings because it'll be confusing, right? But over the next few months and the next year or whatever, I can keep adding just great customized stuff to the course. That would be awesome, right? And if I do add it, I will make a note here. Like I said, here I noted, I uploaded the MIDI and the audio for the big orchestral drama track. Yesterday I uploaded that. And today I said, all right, hey, let's do this. Let's grab the MIDI and the audio, load it up. I want you to match the best you can, for each track, for this MIDI, for the short strings that I have that are cinematic studio strings. I want you to match it as best you can with your libraries. I want you to see if you can get all the textures and the range and like where everything sits. I want to see if you can match so you can see what will work. You know what I mean? Early on, especially, I always reference back when I was trying to do the trailer thing. This is the kind of thing I wanted to do. I would have loved this so much. Like, I want to sit, I want to go to the 2 Steps from Hell guys. I want to sit behind them and bring over some Subway sandwiches and go, hey, show me how to do this, Show me how to do that. Or just let me watch. I'm used to you go from a blank screen and you go, and then you start playing the strings. I'm like, ooh, what string? What sounds are those? What's he doing? Which articulation is that? And then, ooh, he's adding drums. Oh, what sounds are those? Oh, I wanted that so badly. And back, even like 8 years ago or whatever, there was nothing like that, And so now I'm trying to do the same. I'm trying to offer the same thing, but for more broad production. This applies specifically from my experience to TV library music, but the truth is, what it is just more general production from all my experience. Like, it's just that is what it is what is required of someone doing TV library production. You can specialize in one thing, but if I had just specialized in one particular thing, my catalog would not be anywhere near the strength it is right now. As I've said, I probably said it too much, but like if I had like 440 pieces of music and almost 80 shows in my last PRO statement, which just mainly encompasses 3 months. I mean, other stuff can come straggling in, but it's what they tabulated over the course of 3 months. And that was from like 9 months ago, usually, about 9 months ago. Older stuff can, of course, come in, and there were so many different styles there. So many different styles that had shown up. Now let's go to, let me click on the course to show like what I covered so far as far as this different styles. Music that gets placement, drama, tension, trailer, mystery. So I was going over, in this video, I was breaking down, this was breaking down from my statement from, I think it was from October of last year, September, October. Out of those 440 tracks, there was, here, I guess, let me make it bigger. There was all this stuff, comedy, light reality, mystery. Well, I know these may not sound very official, but sometimes we're not, they're very official, Like my publisher, one of them would go, hey, just give me some kind of like Baby Fell in a Well music, kind of emotional, more toward the sad tip, I'm sure there's official lingo and someone would shame me for this, but I don't know, maybe that's just how me and some of my other publishers just sort of keep it sounding musical and using everyday terminology. But comedy, light reality, mystery, emotional, drama, tension, uplifting, and then some of these radio kind of friendly genres, hip hop, pop, EDM, and R&B. And out of these broad, like what? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Is that what it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 sort of broad genres. And I broke down everything that I could find. And I have comedy, like 6 light, sort of underscore 3. It was more like a hip hop, but that sort of light comedy vibe. 3 R&B, but like light comedy. And 10 totally just straight up cartoony. Cartoony. In the mystery, I had these various 35 just general, I just called mystery, 6 drone, 3 more emotional, 5 orchestral, but mystery, emotional, sad, I just said more, 4. The drama, 6 orchestral, 2 like sort of drama, but with kind of a groove. Hey, that is just how I, hey. And 20 actual trailer, more like trailer-ish pieces. Some of those were from actual trailer libraries. Some of those were stuff I did specifically for TV. There's a talk show that's love the trailer stuff for it's kind of crazy. Stuff that it could be for a big epic trailer. It could be for a video about someone's uncle being inappropriate. It's weird, right? Attention. 28, I just called it tension. 22, tension, but with orchestral instrumentation. 2, like a pop instrumentation, but tension. There was only 1 uplifting orchestral. Hip hop, just straight ahead, what you would just call hip hop, 33 of those. I don't know if you've heard of booty music. This is a talk show like back in the day. That's what they called it. That is what they called it. At least that's what we called it. That's what my publisher called it. Pop. 10 just straight ahead pop. 1 more acoustic. 7, I'd say like a dance pop. This is just what helped me to kind of break it down. And 2, I'd say pretty much straight ahead rock. EDM, I just called EDM like boosh, 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 boosh. 30, would you believe 35? A couple of talk shows are big fans of that. And the R&B, I don't know. I guess I didn't separate it out. So, and then, getting into the actual writing, you can see over here I've got minimal mystery. That's actually popular. I did cover that even on my YouTube. I did a piece. A light comedy. Some libraries apparently call it dramedy. Reality shows that can have some sort of drama or humor, just everyday life. So you're covering a broad range, I guess. So they call their show dramedy, and sometimes they call it music dramedy. In this case, more specifically, I would say it's more like a light, like something going on. I always think of like someone's thinking through the kitchen, or someone's kid wrote on the wall or something. Light comedy, I do one like light comedy with like a spy kind of vibe, which doesn't have to be for spy, but just kind of that instrumentation and that vibe, the chord changes. We got into the bigger epic stuff, trailers. I show how to use my trailer sounds to show how to use my trailer sounds, my custom trailer sounds to kind of Lego together the track and why and the sounds and the combination, and then more like orchestral stuff showing do a trailer breakdown, track, orchestral tension, orchestral big drama. So I cover a few different areas there. 3D audio mix cube, just a thing I use to help visualize something that's auditory, right? And I explain about that. I did this weird like middle of the night simple music theory breakdown kind of thing that I thought made perfect sense at the time. I still, I look at it and go, I think it makes sense. It may be like a weird fever dream. I don't know, but I think it works. We're going to get into the different genres, stuff I'm still going to be adding, like R&B and hip hop and EDM. There's not a lot of, clearly there wasn't like a lot of ethnic kind of stuff used. So at the end of this video, I did have some individual, it was like one-off kind of stuff. But sometimes, if you have a show that's going to be more heavy on like salsa or reggaeton or something, I had I call it random single usage at a jazz big band, like a jazz cocktail, reggae, reggaeton, salsa, tension, horror, like really just more dark, wedding march with a pipe organ, classical harpsichord and strings. I had a few individual like trailer sound effects from a long time ago, but were used and were like a boom and like a tom thing and stuff like that. This orchestral heroic superhero kind of thing. So yeah. And then I have some awesome bonuses. All my trailer effects. I've got links to hundreds of free sounds, hundreds of free mixing plugins, and hundreds of sound libraries. I've only got a few libraries that I work with, both on TV and trailer, because I've kind of found the people that it works for me, and that kind of works for my workload, and it works for keeping us all in groceries. I can even feed my teenage boys. So far, it's getting worrisome, the amount of food being consumed. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. Okay. So besides kind of explaining and showing a little insider stuff, the main thing for me is this has felt like it just went right. Like I started working on the course, and then I started working on the YouTube channel, and then I found some people like, ooh, I've actually found some people that appreciate and like what I'm doing. There's some interaction there, some fun interaction on the channel. And then I realized the best way for me, I think, to offer it is this monthly club and the production music club. That it's almost like this production music club and with a free, pretty extensive, with a free course attached to it. But just all together, it's just feeling like I came up with the method and the delivery method that's going to work best for feeling like I can keep it interactive and update it and update by request custom stuff and answer questions, and it just be like a growing community. And just the way it's worked and the enthusiastic response, and the interaction and and like just little things like, hey, when I say, hey, I have the production music club, like the community here on the platform, and then the course is on the platform. You can just click back and forth. Is it cool? Is it working? Would you rather be on like a Facebook group? And everybody has said, this is great. There's not the distraction of Facebook. Some of them are like, I'm not even on social media right now, and I like just we can keep the focus here, and you can go back and forth, just all those things, and if you can imagine the cool it feels to, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to offer this, and I feel like my experience and the potential, like, what, look, here's where I'm coming from. If I could just, like now Neo on the Matrix, if I could just hook you into the machines and put that thing in the back of your head in your data port and upload everything I know, and then you could do everything I could do. I'm not saying it's like it's awesome, but I'm saying you would have the tools under your hands to start now and start working with libraries and trailer libraries, and you could find your place. It's just like I've explained how I got here and how I found the cojones to finally do this. There's a whole thing, and I won't go into. I can't believe I'm still talking. Oh my God, stop me. Somebody stop me. If you had my experience and my production chops, you could start. History says, it's like whether or not I'm comfortable with talking about, I don't love saying me, and look how great I am, because, I think the more you know, the longer experience you have with music, the more you know, you have more to learn. You listen to other people's music and go, oh my God, they are so good. They are so good. I hope I can be that good, that kind of thing. If you're gonna say, well, look, let's just look at the facts. I've been doing this 21 years full time and making 6 figures. And if on my last statement I had 440 pieces of music on almost 80 shows, then I'm gonna go, well, if I wasn't talking about me and I was talking about someone else, I go, well, that guy must know what he's doing. There must be a place for what he knows, and he's getting paid 6 figures to do it. So that guy must know what he's doing. Can you fake your way for 21 years? Can you just be full of crap and you talk yourself into, hey babe, I feel like there are some people in LA that somehow you're like, what do they do? How do they, what do you do? Like they're just so good at the, yo, hey, let's do lunch. The whole thing. You're like, well, what do you do? I feel like I'm not, that my skill is not in the hey babe area, but just being able to provide music in the way that I do with different libraries and trailer libraries, and between that and the vocals and the songwriting and all the things, and it works out, and it has worked out, and I'm just very grateful for it. But all that to say, if you could lean back into those filthy chairs in the Matrix on the, what is it, the Nebuchadnezzar, or some weird name, plug you in, download the big fat Todd file, and then it's there. It's in your brain and on your fingers. You could go out and have the chops and the ability to do what I do. For whatever that is, there apparently is some value to it and some use for it, And if you count over the years, it's been literally, it's been thousands and thousands of placements on hundreds and hundreds of shows, because so many shows have come and gone, If you can imagine, how many shows do you think last 20 years? That's ultimately what I want to be able to do. I mean, I have a start to that. And I have a little crew, a beginning crew, and doing this founding member thing. And so I'm just very grateful for where we've landed. If it's just, even if it's not a lot of people just yet, just feeling like it's like proof of concept, and like that my idea, what I wanted to do and wanted to make happen is happening. Enough of a starting point that I can go, wow, it's working. I mean, it's cool. It just feels amazing. Thank you everyone. Thank you for my crew that's in there already. What I'm doing is I'm doing this founding member launch. If you have any interest, if you think you've had any interest in this and haven't joined in, please click on the link. Check out, you can see some of the more info, a little more insider stuff. You can see I have like a 7-minute video. If you're willing to just check that out and see what you think. I want a few more founding members, and when I have enough, and I feel like we've established enough of a presence and an interaction and enough going on in the community to go, look, yeah, it's official. It's ready for sort of an official bigger launch, then the price is going to go up. So I would like to add, 10, 20 more. I don't need a lot more, just a little more to I want a little more momentum. I want a few more. So check it out. See if you're ready to join. It's the first month. It's of course a 30-day money back guarantee. So as I say, there's no risk truly, because if you go in and find out it's not for you. Of course, I would have a sad if it felt like, oh, what I was offering wasn't good enough. What's wrong with me? I failed as a human and a teacher and a musician and all that. I mean, yeah. So I would be sad, but the fact is, it's not like a sound library where you'll spend that money and then if you don't use it, it was wasted. This one, I like to think Production Music Club and the course Media Music Mastery together, I feel like they offer something cool and interactive and that could have profound impact if you follow through and get the skills in your head and under your fingers. So, I'd like to think that for the cost of it, you will get a lot more from it than the same thing you would for a few sounds, you know. But ultimately, you know, I don't want to just miraculously talk someone into joining because they were somehow wowed by a certain thing in there. I would just say it's risk-free, and for 30 days, it's risk-free completely. You're gonna learn. There's gonna be action. We're gonna keep you going. There's the weekly challenges. You can talk to me about what do you want to add to it. You know, I'll be honest with you, the other stuff, instructors, you know, to get any kind of, like, it's basically access, to have the interaction and access right now, that it's what I want to do, at least for now. The kind of interaction and access to me as the teacher. I see people that will say, well, if you want that, you got to bump up to some kind of next level, or like a mastermind, you know, or like you got to pay your $197 a month for the mastermind or something, which, you know, if I can get to that point, certainly that would be lovely, right? The boys are not getting smaller, but right now that's not where we are. We're at interaction every day, and you know, and I want to build something. I want to customize it for my crew. I want to make sure I'm offering everything I can. So anyway, if you feel like it's a match for you, jump in. Please watch that video. Let me know. Jump in, watch that video, and come on in. If you think it's a match for you, then come on in. It could, you know, and there's no risk, which, you know, I do because, you know, there's no point. I'm not like, oh, haha, I got your money. Screw you. No, it doesn't matter. I got it. You know, I want people to stick around. I want you to stick around, and I want to find more of the people that are in my crew already, you know, and they've been so great, and it's so encouraging, and it is just giving life to me to see that what I've done, what I've started, has found a place. It's ended up somewhere I didn't really quite envision, and it's even better than what I envisioned. And how awesome is that? So, and I promise in the videos and everywhere else, I'm going to be the same me that you see in these videos. As much ridiculosity as possible, as irreverent as possible, and trying to find humor and irreverence and ridiculosity in every nook and cranny. Because I just feel like too many of these teachers have a stick up their, you know, just in the e-commerce, in the affiliate marketing, and everybody selling stuff online. Everybody's just like, there's just no humor. There is no fun. There's no joy. What is hashtag boo, hashtag hiss, boo hiss. Come on, man. Let's lighten this thing up. So anyway, if this clicks with you, if you have clicked with my videos, I invite you to click below, check it out, watch the video, 6 or 7 minutes, see some of the, I actually have a little bit of social proof now. See a few quotes, and I've got a little thing showing some of the comments I'm getting, and I love it. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna stop blabbing. I hope I can edit this down to something not crazy. And anyway, thank you for enduring this there's a combination of shameful promo and just sort of like, it's an update. And this is so cool. This is so cool. Like, I can't even tell you, like, you know, when you envision something happening, and, you know, can you start selling some courses and find people, and it just became something much cooler and more intimate and just rewarding, and it's so cool. I can't even tell you. So I'm hoping you'll be part of our crew here in the Production Music Club. You know, and again, right now it is not expensive, and it is risk-free for the first 30 days. So if you feel like you're the person, just check it out, and, you know, cheers. Toasting with some stevia sweetened cola. Cheers, and I hope to see you on the inside.